Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Good afternoon. It is New Year's Day. Welcome to 2017. Look, a real quick follow-up video of the Giant Fridge, the 45 litre reviews that I've done thus far. It's probably now been about, I don't know, 6 months, something. You'll be able to tell that from based on the video that I've had this, and it has been running 24/7. So it's been in the back of the car. I have, as per the other videos in relation to the camper build, which is sort of underway, work in progress. So it has a second battery, an auxiliary battery, house battery if you want to call it, in the van, which is 125 amp hours, which is more than enough to keep this running for about 3 or 4 days. And it is charged by the DC-DC charger when the car is running off the alternator, and when the alternator is not running, it is running off the 120 watt solar panel that's on the roof, so which is more than enough to support this during the day, to run off the solar panel and top up the battery so it keeps it going. It usually doesn't drop down when it's not underload under about 12.8 8 volts. Literally, I just wanted to run off some good points and bad points that I've found thus far after owning this. It is run without any issues for those so many months that I've had it, and it's been sitting in the van. Like I said, it has been running 24/7. It's been camping several times where it gets lifted from its mounting place in the van, just outside, and I might add a picture here, I'll have a picture there somewhere, just outside of the van to just a stand or a couple of milk crates. It sits there for the duration of the camp, usually a few days, and then it goes back into the van and then stays there. Which brings me to my point. The first issue I've got, and these are all minor at this stage, I don't want to suggest that I'm not happy with it, is the handle that sits nearest the slide door, so it's copying the sun. Now you can see how much this is faded, which gives me a little bit of concern about the durability. Look, Australian sun, it's hammering. Last so many days we've had around 40-degree heat, so put that in a car, that's taken the brunt of the sun, the UV rays, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to see how this holds up. You can see these darker points here. This is where the straps run, so that's been protected from the sun, so it's not getting in the direct sun. So it's not so much the heat, it's more the UV rays, and it's stripping the colour out of that. The concern is that that's how I mount this down. I don't believe there are any other mounting points on it, so this is how it is strapped down. So if these become brittle and decide that they want to break, there you go, you can see the underside of that compared to the top. If these become brittle and decide they want to break, it could be in strife, because that's how I'm mounting it down. The one on the other side, has shown some discoloration. Not as bad as the other one. You can see where the straps have been, where the colour has remained, and the underside still looks brand new. So we'll see how that goes in time, and see how they hold up. One other thing that's given me a little bit of concern is this fan has started to become a little bit noisy. Now it's not terrible, as Titan, it's not terrible, but it is getting a little bit noisy. Now the idea of the camper van obviously is to camp in it. Now when I sleep, when I'm not camping, like if I'm just doing an overnighter or something along those lines, and just staying in the van, then I will just throw the mattress in and I will sleep with my feet basically beside the fridge itself. So when you're sleeping in the van and it's quiet somewhere, it's actually getting noisy enough to start annoying me. I do always keep earplugs though on handy when I go camping, so that's not too much of an issue. The inside of the fridge, the reason I've got this out at the moment and just giving it a quick clean is I had some prawns in it when I went camping, and they decided they wanted to leak. I didn't realise there was some fluid from the prawns in the bottom, and over the last few days she's gotten stinky. The baskets seem to be holding up well. They did have a few little rust spots on it, sort of where the plastic coating had come off a little bit. This one's not too bad, so just little spots like this, which is typical for these sorts of baskets. But being they look like they're specific to the fridge, if one of those shit itself and decided to rust itself out, you'd obviously need to go back to Giant and get them to replace those, but they look like they're going to last. Cover for the fridge, lasting without issues, haven't had any problems there. Obviously I don't take this on and off. The fridge lives in this, in its spot, in the back of the car, and that's where it stays, obviously, unless I go camping where it just gets dropped out for a day or two. I typically don't use the zips, I only use the Velcro. So what I will do when I'm parked, I don't have the zips done up, I literally just have the Velcro down like that, and it's closed up. If it's a particularly hot day, and I don't think it makes that much difference, that's the dog's tail you can see there, I'll do those zippers up, but they become, from the positioning in the van, to get in and undo those, particularly the one on the right side, I've got to climb into the van. If I leave those undone, I can just reach in the van, clip, get in, get my drink, and away I go. Fridge seals, they all look pretty good. I have obviously given those a clean, just with some anti-mold to make sure that they stay clean and don't have any issues there. Because obviously it's easier to keep them clean with a little bit of maintenance than it is to replace them. Albeit that there is just like a ridge there, so that would be fairly easy to replace these, and it'll take you a couple of minutes. I don't believe there are any screws holding that in. I think they're just a press fit. Everything else has been pretty good. And as I've mentioned in one of the previous videos, it'd be nice to be able to turn this light off. Again, when you're in bed camping and you've got all the light from outside shut off, and this is lit up like a Christmas tree, it can be a little bit annoying. So I haven't got around to putting a little screen over that. So that's it, guys. It's the Giant 45 litre, sorry, the Giant Power 45 litre 12 volt 240 volt camp fridge. Giving it a thumbs up at this point. Been really happy. Like I said, it's been running 24/7, running off the solar power, or the alternator off the battery. Battery's always pretty well topped up. Again, that comes to the management system that I've got rather than the fridge itself, but the fridge is fairly economical from a power perspective, and I've been pretty impressed. So there we go. Thanks very much.